Female narcissists love calling themselves girls because it gives them perfect access to you. You trust them automatically, you tell them everything, you let them close, and they use all of that against you. But here's how to spot the fake. Sign 1. She only celebrates you when you're struggling. When you're down, she's your biggest supporter. She's caring, she's present. But the moment you succeed, she goes quiet. Or worse, she uses your pain to highlight her wins. I had a friend who did this repeatedly. When I was single and frustrated with dating, she kept telling me to freeze my eggs, something she knew I couldn't afford, and upset me every single time she brought it up. After I got upset again, she said, "I'm so happy I never have to worry about that anymore because I met someone." Later, when I was going through a breakup with my last boyfriend, she called to check in. I was heartbroken and crying on the phone, telling her that I felt like this was my only chance to be a mom and that dream was dead. While I was grieving what I thought was my only chance to be a mom, she was taking a pregnancy test on the phone and told me she was pregnant. Eventually, I moved to Mexico, and when I called her panicking about losing my only income, she responded by bragging about how much money she made that year. And I found out from a mutual friend that she was actually lying. She was struggling financially too and just needed to win even when I was at my lowest. Real girls don't weaponize your pain to celebrate themselves. Sign 2. She's publicly your biggest fan and privately your biggest critic. She tags you in empowerment posts, calls you her best friend online, performs loyalty for the audience, but when it's just the two of you, she's pointing out your flaws, comparing herself to you, and making you feel less than. I bleached my eyebrows once, and it was something I wanted to do for a long time, but hesitated because I was afraid of being judged. When I got on FaceTime with this friend, she told me I looked scary, that it was weird, and asked me when I was going to dye my eyebrows back to normal. She even joked that her daughter was scared of me. So I posted about it on Instagram. This was a vulnerable post about healing my fear of judgment and reclaiming my power. She commented, and I quote, "I admire and love you, and when people judge, it's because they aren't brave enough to look within. Publicly supportive, privately cruel." That split is intentional. The public performance makes you question if you are imagining the private cruelty. Sign 3. Information only goes one way. You tell her everything. Your fears, your insecurities, your relationship problems, and she dumps on you constantly. But if you ever gave her advice without being asked, she shuts you down. This friend would tell me, "If I wanted your advice, I would ask for it. I was only there to absorb her chaos and never to contribute." And then she accused me of emotional dumping on her. She projected exactly what she was doing onto me. And this shit made me hyper aware in all of my friendships. I was afraid of being too much or taking up too much space. Real friendships are reciprocal. Narcissistic ones drain you while making you feel like you're the problem. Sign 4. She triangulates you with other women. She tells you what other women said about you. She creates competition between you and her other friends. She positions herself as the center, the one that everyone goes to and the one who knows everything about everyone. Years later, she found out that a mutual friend and I had become close. And at that friend's birthday dinner, she smeared me. She called me needy, psycho, and unwell. She was threatened by a relationship she couldn't control. Real girls don't pit other women against each other. Narcissists do. Sign 5. She dismisses your feelings and boundaries. When I told her I needed a break from our friendship, she later said that she knew I'd come back and was just waiting for me to get over it. As if my pain wasn't real, as if my boundary was just a tantrum she had to tolerate. She never apologized. She just waited for me to fall back in line. Real friendships can handle boundaries. Narcissistic ones cannot. The difference between a real girl's girl and a narcissist is a real girl's girl celebrates your wins. She respects your boundaries, keeps your secrets, and doesn't compete with you. A narcissist performs all of that while doing the opposite privately. If your bestie only supports you when you're struggling, uses your pain to announce her wins, weaponizes your vulnerability, and smears you to other women, she's not a girl's girl. She's a narcissist using the label to access you. I stayed in that friendship for 15 years because I kept making excuses. I thought that's just who she was. I normalized the cruelty. Stop performing for someone who's competing with you.